tell everybody at the table who was your first domino. And what your first domino is, it's the person, not necessarily your most influential person, but there's probably one person in your life that kind of, got you going in the business, and then everything fell into place after that. And then you have other dominoes in your life in different areas, but who was your first domino? And then who are you the first domino for? And it's a really good thing. So think about that and see, and you have to explain it because they're not going to know all of your friends and everything. So, don't expect them to know your dominoes. You understand that? Okay. So, who are you? How you can help others? What you need, if anything, from anybody in this room or another room. And if I can't find it, we'll let Joe find it. I get first crack.
We did the domino thing earlier, and I was like, well, my first domino was Sebastian and all that. And I told the story of this guy who was always asking the smallest question in the room. And then you took the mic and I was like, just watch it.
Did I deliver with my question?
Yes, well, the way to know a unicorn is you ask them to do Thomas Simpson.
And then if they go okay, then it's good. So I'll play teacher's pet for a minute more and ask you if you sign my book.
Absolutely.
So,
and Sebastian.
You know what was fun? Yeah, Sebastian. Sebastian, E-N at the end. So it was funny that you asked how many people haven't read all the books you have, and then you gave the books to everyone. But it was worth it because I like how it's like simply written. The ideas are clear. See how many pages I've dog-eared, and I'm going. And I'm going to adapt the Yellow Pages strategy to Instagram. I think.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I'm gonna have outreach based on that.
Man, I'm sorry. The writing on here is going to be
The pen isn't, awesome.
Is this an Instagram thing going everywhere?
It's a documentary.
Okay, cool.
So you might make a cameo and
this should be the most important moment of this entire documentary. Today is the last day of the way you used to be.
Oh, yeah.
This is definitely going in now.
Okay.
Thank you, Joe.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
I'm Cindy.
Hi, Cindy.
Nice to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you.
So you and I met years ago.
PLF Live.
Positive. Did you ever speak at AWAI?
No, I haven't.
Todd Brown?
Nope.
It's really bothering me. I saw you at PLF because I was there.
Give me some clues. Geographical place that we were at. Do you remember?
I don't. I just know it was a conference that you and I were both at.
Was it Brian's event?
Maybe it was.
Like Titans?
Maybe.
5 years ago?
Maybe the original Titans.
So that would be, was it in Newark, I think? Well, it was in Connecticut. Stanford.
Big one.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Okay.
Yeah, you got it.
So, refresh my memory. What's your business?
So my partner Nancy and I have a direct response marketing agency.
Okay.
So soup to nuts, our kind of specialty is in B2C, mostly circulation type businesses, newsletters, magazines, product of the month.
And you do both the creative for acquisition and like renewals?
So Nance and I basically built a publishing company. We took them from being a direct mail only publishing company to online. Built a million name list in a couple years, took them to 60 million in sales. Had a great time. It was the company we both grew up in. And then when they sold, we went off and said, let's do that for other people. So we started our own business. And so we do everything. If retention is your issue, we will help you figure out retention. If you've got a list that you're not optimizing and maximizing, we will get in there and do list segmentation. And
how do you price those kind of services?
So we don't really do one-off projects. We are so fortunate. We've been in business 15 years, and we've never looked for a client. All of our clients have come to us
referrals.
through referral or people who knew us in the industry. And we probably work with clients on an average of like 5 years. So we don't do like one-off projects. We like to get all up inside and get our hands dirty and understand your business and look at every nook and cranny and say, you're missing something here, we can help you there. And
so you can get fully involved in the projects because you know it's not a once and done deal. Okay.
So a lot of times things will start where someone comes to us and says, I really need you to help me with media. And yes, we'll do that. And then we'll say, okay, but your results aren't what they could be because your upfront's working, but you don't have a great funnel built.
But then,
and then they say, well, can you help with that? And we say, yes, we can help with that.
Okay.
Or they say, you know, we do media and we say, that offer is killing it. You know what we should do? We should take it into direct mail and we can do that for you.
Okay.
Or I write copy for someone and I say, that copy is really working to your list, but to grow, you really got to go external. We can do that
So you offer
for
to
you.
do that, okay.
And so it's really just a very evolutionary relationship with our clients.
That's very interesting. So you have the talent in-house for the media, the copy. You consult on the offers also?
We do, very much so. It's actually one of our requirements before we take any media client is that you have to be willing to let us open
to be coachable
and say,
what the company
I get
sells.
what you've been doing, but if you want this to work externally, you got to change your offer. Let's test this.
Okay.
We're not.
So you're very much a partner in how the business is selling.
We're not we always say all the time, like, if you just want us to buy lists for you, do not work with us. That is not our gig. Go find an agency. You really have to want to work with someone who wants to be like all rolled up. And so our model, sorry, that was a very long answer to your simple question, which is what is a model?
But that was a very good answer to my question,
We don't do fee-based things. Like, we always have a fee component, but we're all about upside. We want our goals to be aligned. And if you're making more money, then we're sharing in it.
Okay.
So,
that's very interesting.
All, kind of some type of royalty structure.
And then when you said list segmentation, like, how do you pull the data to do that? Because that's one of the things that we've been trying to figure out recently is we don't capture the kind of data that would help us really segment some of our offers. Like we do behavior segmentation, so you know who's clicked on what, so what kind of content appeals to them. I don't know who's a one-person business, who's a 5-person business, who's a 100-person business on my list there. So do you ever run into these kinds of issues when you work with clients?
Yes, absolutely. And it's one of the biggest mistakes that people make is they spend all of this money to acquire names and then they don't
know who's who
maximize
on the list.
Those names.
Yeah.
It's just kind of, that's my list. You don't have a list. You have
people.
Exactly. And they fit into all different kinds of buckets. And figuring out how to get the right message to the right person at the right time is massive. And this, a lot of people look at a list and they say, well, this is what I'm sending this week. No. This is what you're going to send to this group this week, and to this group you're going to send this, and to this group down here you're going to do that. And I met with, I don't know if you know Susan Berkeley, she does the voice coaching, she did a hot seat today.
Sure, okay.
I met with her last week to just say, she was saying, I have all these names that I haven't done anything with.
Okay.
And I'm starting to have problems with deliverability and all these things. And so I went through with her and said, okay, you have to reactivate a whole segment of your list that you haven't. Please move, sir.
The VIPs are going through.
And she hit that moment in the conversation where she was kind of beating herself up a little bit and kind of despondent. And I was like, she said, you're right, I haven't done anything. Like, okay, but it's so fixable. Okay. Like, there's an actual process that you can put people through. We call it reactivate
the reaction,
them, right?
The
to
relationship.
Get them back in, engage with you, paying attention, and telling you what they want from you. Which of your buckets do they fall into? Because she has several different types of people she's talking to.
Okay.
Surveys are a great way to do that. Free offers are a great way to do that. They add value, they keep nurturing the name, and they get people to self-identify. Okay,
so free offers would, okay. But so then in the end you end up with, say, 5 buckets of, really buckets of clients that could be in my case, business size, but it could be also interest or. But then on top of those 5, you would have a 6th bucket, which is unresponsive.
Unresponsive, you have multiple things in there, right? You have frequency. How long has the name been on your list? How long has it been since it's done something with you? Has it ever obviously paid or not? Has that name ever paid or not paid for something? And then we have found that really, if you kind of put people through a process, we call it the sharp sticks.
The sharp sticks.
The sharp sticks. So if someone isn't doing something with you, you put them through a series.
Did you want any drinks before they close the bar?
Sure, you want a drink? Let's go. So, to prod them, right? And with every message, you make the stick a little bit sharper, right? A little bit more of a poke.
Okay.
Right? So at first you're just kind of, hey, Sebastian, what about this? And then the next
Just
time
a
you're
little
like, a little harder, Sebastian, are you paying attention? And then by the end you're like poking them right in the belly with a sharp stick, right? Sebastian, if you don't do this, this is what's happening. Right? You are off my list. You will never hear from me again if you don't do X. But then you still don't get rid of that name because there are other ways you can monetize them before you let them go.
Okay, interesting.
Right?
But I know usually the names like that you would, like in direct mail, have a partner company make offers, things like that. How would you go through that with email? Because you can't, like I can't mail an email lead, not a B2C.
So one of the things that we do is co-reg, right?
Okay.
So that you put an offer in front of those names that have just, no matter what you've done, they have not monetized for you. You put one last kind of free report in front of them, and as part of that free report, you have a co-reg offer on there.
Okay, makes sense.
And so you're monetizing them that way. You'll get a tiny percentage of those folks that at the last minute you do reactivate. And so they go back into your bucket of active people.
But the other ones, at least you're still...
Before you boot them off the list, you get that last little bit of, monetization.
So how long would the cycle be in the most cases that you've worked with, where you decide this person is unresponsive even after the co-reg?
I think too many companies have that cycle too short, and a lot of that is
too short.
Yes.
Okay, so you mean they get rid of the lead too early?
Yes, there are a lot of people who are using 90 days. If you aren't doing something with me in 90 days, you're off. And when we go back and we do our testing, and you pull those older names, because a lot of people don't actually.
They're just on a vacation or whatever.
Exactly. I'm not ready. I haven't quite pulled the trigger. You haven't put the right offer in front of me. Yes, I wanted to do it, but I got distracted. All of those things. And we have found that when we go, because a lot of people don't actually get rid of the name, they just kind of push them off the database, right? When we go back and pull those names back out, we get percentages of them to take
to raise funds,
But right now, because of deliverability, Infusionsoft and all those people are driving a lot
pushing
of
people to
businesses, right? That's what happened to Susan. They said, your numbers don't look good if you don't ditch off these 8,000 names.
We'll shut down the account.
Exactly.
Okay.
And so there's strategies for that, right? You create a different server, you come up with a different way to talk to them, separates it from your core business. But
so you'd recommend something closer to a year or more?
A year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which makes sense because I made the math and our median sales cycle is 11.7 months, something like that. So it makes sense that I would have a lot of people that need more than a year before.
Have you seen Dean do his newest, Dean Jackson do his newest talk about cycle? This is his new thing. I've heard him give it twice in the last year.
Okay.
And he's a little bit of a different niche than we are, but I still think it totally applies.
It would apply.
And he's looking at somewhere between 11 and 13 months.
Okay.
Finding that the answer isn't no, the answer is not now.
Not now.
Right? And
so we have I'm in a similar vertical as he is. And actually we're using between a third and a half of our sales every month come from one of Dean's strategies that he taught in a podcast 8 years ago of actually reactivating old leads who what he called the 9-word email.
Yeah.
But you know what? I look at the 9-word email, and so we did that. We did that to email, and I realized, well, this really lends itself to text messaging. So what we do is every day, every open day for business day, we take 150 leads, past leads. Okay, so we're late to that.
Yes.
Late to that.
So the way that we talked about is Pipedrive is a CRM. So for salespeople, that's the CRM. Like if you're not going to have salespeople, there's other options. But if you have salespeople, Pipedrive is
the best.
The best. Even if you have
better than the pipeline facility of Agile.
I think so.
Okay.
Let's say you had a $50 million a year business and you were going to go into Pipedrive or a Salesforce.
Yes.
Right, and you're going to get Marketo. Right, like you're going to enterprise solution.
Yeah.
You would still use Pipedrive as your sales guy's tool.
Interesting.
It's better
than Salesforce.
It's better than Salesforce for sales guys.
Okay.
It's just they got built-in scheduling, built-in like notes. Like it's easy to lay out, activity-driven. All your leads come in there automatically.
Okay.
It's phenomenal. So if you're using Pipedrive and not an enterprise situation, but like in a normal, let's say under 10 million in revenue, normal business, normal small business, Pipedrive users, the best marketing automation option is Autopilot HQ. It's an Australian company and it's backed by SendGrid, so like your email deliverability is now controlled by Twilio. Because they acquired SendGrid.
Twilio acquired SendGrid?
Yeah. So
it just sounds like it should have been the other way around. Like so the
Twilio's way bigger than SendGrid.
Okay, wow.
Yeah. But Twilio for SMS, right? So in Autopilot,
which is what we were using. So
so you can use Autopilot to tell Twilio to send messages from whatever phone number you have in your Twilio account. And then you can also design what happens when an inbound message comes in from that Twilio.
So you would use Front to do that, right?
Well, if you wanted to build an SMS bot, you can do that in Autopilot in combo with Twilio. So in your funnel, if you have like a send, hey, this is so-and-so, if you want to get that access to that new shit we just did, send us I'm in. And then when they send I'm in, Twilio and Autopilot will say, oh, okay, send them this text message now. So you can do it back and forth, like if then. How easy is that, Twilio? For me, extremely, so I think Infusionsoft is easy. It is easy to do in Autopilot. I think a normal person would have a better grasp on building a journey in Autopilot than you would in Infusionsoft. So a normal person would have a higher likelihood of being successful using Autopilot.
What's the Autopilot website?
AutopilotHQ.com.
So wait. Because I'm texting people every single day with Twilio to tell them like, would you be interested in talking about this? What's their favorite time? What you're saying is instead of asking what's your favorite time and getting all kinds of answers that I have to manually work with, I should just say, if you're interested, say yes. And then when they say yes, it's basically a bot that answers back and says, what would be the best time for you? What would be the best day for you? What would be the best time for you?
And then if they say, you can build conditions that say...
If they said no,
if they say no,
stop.
then dump it. But if they say or Monday or Tuesday, or in French they say Monday, Tuesday, you can filter approximately off of that. So you can segment them. Now in Autopilot, you may be used to like the concept of a tag. So in Autopilot they have a segment, and a segment is where you set the criteria, and when someone matches the criteria,
who gets in it?
That's your segment.
It's an automatic tag.
Et si on était en contact avec Facebook Messenger? Si vous allez sur entrepreneurlibre.com/messenger, ça vous permet de m'ajouter sur Facebook Messenger et de recevoir quand je publie des nouveaux contenus exclusifs que je réserve uniquement aux personnes qui sont en contact avec moi via cette plateforme. Donc je vous envoie des contenus, des conseils pour vous aider à devenir un entrepreneur libre sur cette plateforme qui crée un contact un petit peu plus personnel. Alors, donc pour m'ajouter sur mon bot Messenger, vous allez sur entrepreneurlibre.com/messenger.